What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a video that I'm pretty excited to make. Today we're going to be talking about why you should stop buying carts. Now, I want to clarify a couple things before we dive into this video. First and foremost, I'm not talking about fake carts. We already have a whole nother video about that. You should know by now how to discern between whether a cart's fake or not. We're not talking about the dangers in carts. We're talking about the value of carts in this video. In this video, I'm going to explain to you guys why carts are just simply not worth it anymore. When they first started coming around years ago, I'm talking like 2014 around that time, there was a real legitimate use case for cartridges. As time has progressed, we now have the ability to just take dabs out of little pocket devices. There's an endless amount of little devices that you can dab out of right out of your pocket, no extra setup needed. I'm going to show you guys how those work, explain the value behind them, and why carts are not a worthy investment. Carts are by far the most overpriced thing in the weed industry. Concentrate, sure, you can pay a premium, but in my opinion, most of the time you get more bang for your buck. Flour, sure, you can pay a premium on it, but you're able to buy different levels of quality, and I feel you still always get a bang for your buck. Cartridges across the board by the gram, whether you're buying just a plain distillate cart, you're buying a live resin cart, no matter a full spectrum hash oil, no matter what kind of cart you're buying, you are getting upcharged because of the image of convenience. You are getting upcharged because of the illusion of convenience and discreetness, and thinking that you can't get that with any other type of smoking. And that's just not correct. So today, I'm very excited to bust this little bad boy out. Now, this is one of these little pocket devices, and for you cart fiends out there, don't worry, this is 510 threaded, okay? If you want, you can put a cart on there, all right? But that's not what we're doing. This looks like a cart, what I just screwed off of there. This is not a cart. We're going to take some nice dabs out of this bad boy right now, and I'm going to show you guys and tell you exactly why you should stop buying carts. Now, before we get into smoking, let's talk a little bit about the economics of carts. Now, we're going to be focusing mainly on dispensary carts in this video, because if you're buying your carts from a street plug, you're already fucking up, dude. You need to stop doing that. The only acceptable time to get carts outside of a dispensary is if you buy some empty 510 threaded C-cells and some distillate and make them yourself. That's totally fine and that's awesome, but even then, I still feel there are better alternatives, and we're going to talk about that. So first, let's talk about pricing. Let's say you go to a dispensary, you're in a legal state, and if you're outside of the U.S. or you're in a place where you don't have dispensaries, you're 100% going to want to keep watching this, because this will probably appeal to you. What I'm about to explain and present to you is probably going to appeal to you a lot more than maybe some of the people in legal states, but it should appeal to everyone either way. So Illinois, where I live, has some of the most expensive weed prices in the country. If you don't have a medical card here, you have a 35% tax. I think it went up recently to like 40 actually on concentrates. You also have, I believe it's like a 15 to 20% on flour, give or take 5% each way. I'd say around 20 probably. But nevertheless, you're getting taxed out of your ass. Now, of course, cartridges fall under the concentrate tax in every single state. Carts are filled with concentrate, right? So here in Illinois, a 1 gram cart will run you around $100. That's if you have a medical card. If you don't, it's going to be more. Even in some of the cheapest states that I've been to in terms of cartridges, like for example, Michigan. Michigan's one of the cheapest states I've ever been to get a cart in. I got a live resin cartridge out of the dispensary in Michigan for $16 the last time I was there, which is very cheap and a great deal. But even then, the fact of the matter is you could still get grams of concentrate in Michigan for $20 or $30 at virtually every dispensary you go to. So there's really no reason to purchase these carts no matter where you are, because typically the price of the cart will correlate somewhat to the price of a gram of concentrate. Now, the difference there is this. When you buy a cart, you are most of the time getting distillate or you're getting a live resin cartridge. You're not getting any variety. You're not getting any variety in consistency. All you are getting is this. You are getting a different flavor in your cartridge, but at the end of the day, it looks the same. It's presented the same. You don't get the variety. On top of that, you are getting fucked value-wise 100% of the time. The fact that a cartridge costs the same, if not more, than a gram of the equivalent strain of concentrate is full-on highway robbery. Because when you buy the original strain, you know, the original concentrate of the same strain, yeah, you're getting the same strain, but you are not getting the same smoking experience. When you have a cart, you take, let's say, 5-10 rips off that bad boy before you're content. No one takes one hit off a cart and goes, yeah, that's fine. You're minimum taking 2 or 3. With concentrate, you don't need to take multiple hits back to back to back. I mean, not concentrate. I mean, carts do have concentrate. I should word that better. With your standard concentrate, like live resin, or outside of a cartridge, your batters, your diamonds and sauce, you know, your butters, all sorts of stuff like that, you are getting the luxury of not having to take 5 rips back to back to back. Like I mentioned earlier, for a long time, people argued that the covertness and the ease of storage and the fact that you could do it anywhere was the reason that people buy carts. With shit like this out there nowadays, there is absolutely no reason for that. Now, let me show you what I'm about to show you. This is called a Toki. It didn't really come through there very well. This is it, right? One of these little bad boys, a Toki 510. You can wireless charge them, but that's not what we're focused on today, all right? We're focused on what this thing brings to the table, because it brings a lot, all right? Now, obviously, this is not the only device you can do this with. The reason I chose this one for the video is because this one just has a bunch of cool fucking stupid shit you can do with it. I wouldn't say stupid, but just gimmicks that you can do with it that make it dope. And also, I don't know, it looks kind of cool, dude. You know? I don't know, I could probably fit my cock in there. I shouldn't have said that either. All right. Now, with this thing right here, let me unscrew it and show you guys what you're getting. You're getting a nice little coil in here that you drop your... Can my camera fucking focus, dude? I'm buying a new webcam. I swear to God, the revenue from this fucking... The ad revenue from this, I'm buying a new camera. I'm sick of this shit. All right, no, we're getting off topic, all right? I haven't taken ADHD meds in years. I fucking need them. All right. You get your nice little coil that you drop your concentrate on you. Now, this appears to be just a mouthpiece here, right? This is not just a mouthpiece. This is also your little dab tool. The air holes where you inhale from are under the dab tool. It's kind of hard to see. You see the little dark slits in there? If it would ever focus on anything but me, that'd be so sick. But either way, I mean, they came through. You can see them. Now, this thing completely erases the argument that carts are the most covert and discreet way to smoke, because they're just not. You can rip this thing just as easily inside your house, at work, on a bus. You could rip this thing on a fucking airplane, dude, easily. I mean, all right, I'm not encouraging anyone to do that, because that is a felony, but I mean, you know, plane hits, they're the most exhilarating hits, all right? Everyone does them. Come on, grow the fuck up. Grow some balls, take a plane hit, pussy. But either way, we're going to take some dabs off this bad boy today. All right, I'm going to show you guys just how simple it is to have this thing, which fits in anyone's pocket, that will beat out anything a cart can do. So let's get ourselves a little dab going. Let me show you guys what I'm smoking today. We've got ourselves some tropical cherries from Grassroots. That is a company that I really like their concentrates here in Illinois. I love the color on this shit. It looks, the consistency, the color, it's sexy, dude. Ooh. Now, this gram right here, I bought this gram on sale for about $35. If it wasn't on sale, this would have gone for about $55 to $60 for this whole gram. Illinois, like I mentioned, is on the more expensive side, but if you have a medical card, you don't have to pay tax. So we're going with that since I do. Now, another thing to point out is the cost of a cart. This full gram of concentrate cost as much as a half-gram cartridge would have here in Illinois. I mean the exact same down to the dollar. A half-gram cartridge in Illinois costs $60. Give or take a couple bucks. You can sometimes find them cheaper, but that's like the bullshit disty carts. Like just plain distillate with fake terps, like food-grade terps infused, right? That's another shitty thing with carts that you're not getting with concentrate. You got to really read the labels and be careful, because a lot of distillate carts will use food-grade terpenes. They won't use, like, actual cannabis terps. So if you get a cart that isn't named after a strain, like, let's say you go to the dispo, you buy a fairly cheap cart on the menu that's called, like, I don't know, what's a bullshit fake strain name? Grape Sunshine, bro. That sounds like something that probably exists somewhere on a menu, right? You know, like, if you buy that, chances are, if you don't read the label careful enough, you're going to end up with something that tastes like a grape crush, like a super artificial grape, because they're using food-grade terps in it. That is allowed. A lot of people don't realize that, so that's something I wanted to point out. But this gram costs as much as a half-gram cartwood in Illinois. The reason for that is because in states like Illinois, where the weed market is a lot more corporate and a lot less about craft growers, they really try to sell you on ideas, right? They mark things up and they push packaging and presentation more than the product. You go to states where the market's a lot looser, like let's say you go to Oregon, you go to California, you will kind of more so get what you pay for, but it's still expensive. And even in places like that, just being able to smoke concentrate will always be a better deal and a better bang for your buck than buying a cartridge, right? So let's just take a dab, boys. Let's not jag any further here. Without further ado, let's take ourselves a nice little dab ski, okay? I'm gonna drop a dab in this bad boy. Ooh, look at that, dude. We got a little fucking Dabaroonian in there. Little Dab Johnson, little Daniel Dabersonian up in there. All right. Oh wait, I screwed it on the wrong way. Hold on, we're operating on it, boys. Now look how fucking easy this was. It took me 2 seconds. If you're out in public, to use shit like this, there is only 2 things you need in your pocket, boys. This thing and this. That's it. You have everything you need right here in both of my hands to smoke wherever the fuck you're at. There is no need to have a cartridge anymore. If you need to charge it, let's say you're worried about this thing dying on you, yeah, you can go ahead and use a cord, but this is where this actually beats out cartridges. Normally, you got to plug it in somewhere. If it dies, you're fucked. This thing, remember the wireless charging I told you about? It's on the box right there. Motherfucker, these guys have a wireless charging pad for this thing. It also works with your cell phone. Double whammy. You don't even need cords in your pocket anymore with this bad boy. But without further ado, let's take ourselves a dab. Alrighty, boys. Cheers. It's fucking dab time. Fuck a cart, dude. Why would you ever buy a fucking cart? You can rip this thing as many times as you want. It's like fucking Christmas, boys. Genuinely. You do not need a cartridge anymore. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh. That's a fucking lung puncher, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god. Tropical shit. Dude, I haven't smoked this shit in months, bro. I forgot about this strain, bro. This shit fucks me up. But we're going to take more dabs out of this. But another thing I wanted to mention real quick is this. Something that makes dabs better, regular concentrate forms versus cartridges, is with carts, you cannot adjust dosage. You have no control. Sure, you can hit it for longer, hold down the button for longer, but you can't objectively take a bigger dab. With concentrate, with this thing, you can decide how stoned you want to get. I dropped a little very tiny one in there, right? Just to get the ball rolling. I think now we should have a little more fun. Let's put this thing to the test, all right? I'm going to push this little device to its limits to show you why this is objectively better than just buying a regular old cart. Now, as you can see, that dab is absolutely cleared out of there. We didn't drop a very big one. Let's change that, okay? Let's change that. I'm going to unscrew this, get my little tool out. We're going for the gold. If I fucking break this thing, sorry, dude. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm pretty confident that this is going to handle a nice dab. So, yeah, here we've got a pretty fucking sizable dab right now, boys. I don't even... Oh, that might... No, that literally... Holy shit. Push it down. Push it down. Oh, I'm excited for this. I'm actually really excited for this right now. Okay, hold on. Let's screw that back on, just so you guys can see. Fucking push down, gooped out. You can't even see in there anymore, bro. Okay? Tell me a cart can get you this fucking stupid stoned. I'll wait. I'll fucking wait, all right? Let's get to it, boys. Let's get to it, boys. Oh, boy. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, she can actually do it. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of scared when I packed that dab up. I was like, bro, what if I just fucking broke it? Like, what if that was actually too much? It didn't even fit in the top, bro. Holy shit. I actually just felt like a pressure in my head from how hard I just coughed, bro. Holy fuck. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed that this thing just took that fat of a dab that easily. That was, holy shit, dude. I mean, I wouldn't say it was like air, but that's kind of my own doing, dude. You know what I mean? Hey, that was a little rough, but to be fair, I think I went well beyond the recommended size dab there. But it just goes to show that getting a device like this is always a better option than just getting carts. And if you end up switching to just regular dabs, you're going to stay high for longer, right? You're going to enjoy your experience more. You're going to be able to control the size of your dabs, how high you want to get easier. And you're going to have way more variety with what you're smoking. It's just more exciting to smoke all the different forms of concentrate than to just buy a cartridge over and over and over. It gets tiring after a while, you know? Like, realistically, at least in my experience, and I'm sure a lot of other people could probably relate, carts can never get me as high as just dabs. I can never get really, like, truly stoned off a cart no matter how many rips I take. Now, taking dabs, on the other hand, I can get stoned to the fucking bone, boys. Now, listen, the moral of the story of this video is this. A, cartridges were worth it when they first came around and for a little while after they came around. But nowadays, you've got tons and tons of options. You have got products like this thing, right? Where they allow you to carry all the things you need to dab in your pocket. You don't need a rig anymore. You don't need a torch. You don't need to tote any of that shit around to take a dab of whatever size you want. You just need something like this, boys. That's all you need. Now, I hope I maybe changed the minds of some cart smokers in this video. Obviously, you know, if you're going to keep smoking carts, the thing I would recommend, at least to save your money, is make them yourself at the bare minimum. Find a distillate plug, get your hands on some of that, and learn and practice on filling up your own carts. Then you'll have an endless supply, and even if you do have carts, hey, this thing is 510 threaded, boys. I'd still recommend getting something like this, right? Because whenever you want to switch, you're ready for it. Now, listen, shout out to you guys for tuning in. Shout out to the Toki here. This thing took it like a champ. I basically fucked this thing in the ass with dabs, and it just took it. It just took it like a whore. So, I mean, huge ups to this thing. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. I hope I've shed a little more light on at least why I personally don't buy carts. And this is something I've been kind of saying for a while on live streams from people who ask me about carts, but I wanted to actually show you guys what I mean when I say that there's devices that you can literally fit in your pocket that'll let you dab anywhere now. But I'm feeling great. I'm fucking stoned right now. It's time to go play Elden Ring. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, gamers.